Hi there everyone, it's Mrs. Ortiz here, and we are working on Objective 1 of your mastery packet. So this is reviewing Algebra 1, and we're working specifically on solving equations. So let's take a look. First, you need to take a look at this expectation. This is true for the whole packet. But you need to leave all of your answers as exact answers. So no rounding, no copying what the calculator says if it goes all the way to the end. You have to leave them as exact answers. So fractions, simplified fractions, will always be safe if you can write it as an exact answer. Okay. So we're going to solve this first equation, which is a proportion, and so we can cross multiply to solve a proportion. So we can say 10 times x minus 3 is equal to 7 times the quantity x minus 9. Make sure you use parentheses because we have to distribute to each quantity. So 10x minus 30 is equal to 7x minus 63. And then we're going to subtract 7x to get 3x minus 30 equals 63. We'll add 30 to both sides. We get 3x equals, sorry, that was a negative 63, negative 33. And when we divide by 3, we get x is equal to negative 11. Okay, number 1. Number 2, again, solving an equation. And so for this one, the first thing we need to do if we're trying to solve for n is get rid of this 7. So we are going to subtract 7 from both sides, and we get negative n over 2 is equal to negative 18. We'll multiply both sides by 2. Get negative n is equal to negative 36, and when we divide by negative 1, n is equal to a positive 36. That is number 2. In number 3, we are actually solving a literal equation, so this is a different type of problem, and we are trying to solve for a right here. So in this equation, we've got v minus w is equal to k divided by a. So to get the a out of the denominator, we multiply both equations by a. And so those a's wipe out, we get k is equal to, and the safest way to do this is to keep this in parentheses, so it's a times v minus w. Don't distribute that out, because if you're solving for a, now you have a times this, and we can just divide everything by v minus w to solve for a. So a is equal to k over v minus w. Okay, so there are those 3 equations, solving each of those equations. And let's take a look at number 4. So it says an equation was solved by Karen. In the process of solving it, typo. Her equation read negative 4 equals negative 4. What does this mean? Well, if negative 4 is equal to negative 4, then that's an identity. Let's not say if. So let's see here. Sorry, changing my verbiage here. And I'm using a new app, so I keep clicking things and I don't know what I'm doing. But negative 4 equals negative 4 is an identity. And what that means is we can plug any number in for x and the equation will be true. So it also means that there are an infinite number of solutions. Now, on the other hand, it says Sam solved an equation that reads 2 equals negative 5. What does that mean? So 2 equals negative 5 is not a true statement. And so this means that there are no solutions. There is no number that we can plug in for x or whatever the variable is into an equation and have the equation be true. Okay, so if the end of the equation read something like this, it would be an identity. There's infinite solutions. Okay, And if it read something like this, then it's no solutions possible. All right, number 5 asks us to choose one of the equations from number 1 through 3 and write a justification for each step of your process. So I'm going to do number 2. So I'm going to switch colors so we don't get things mixed up here. And I'm going to justify number 2. So if negative n divided by 2 plus 7 equals negative 11, the first thing that we did was we subtracted 7. So let's see here. So after we subtract 7, we would get negative n over 2 equals negative 18. Okay, and that was true because we subtracted 7. Okay, then we're going to multiply both sides by 2, so we get negative n equals negative 36, and we're just going to explain here that we multiply by 2, we're multiplying both sides by 2, and when we divide by 1, we get n is equal to a positive 36, and so we divide by 1. And up here, if you want to keep everything even, we can say that this was the given equation, so that's a good way to do that. Okay, so that's it. That is the end of the notes for Objective 1. Have a great day. Bye.